Hello and welcome to countertopepoxy.com, our Countertop Epoxy live channel. Today we are doing a very fun, simple white marble sample. We are using just like a door. What do you call these? Yeah, just a door. Like you could just buy from a home improvement store. Um, I wanted to do a little bit of a bigger sample here just to kind of show you guys something that mimics more of a standard countertop. We are going to be using a white liquid pigment base, and we are using our FX Black Label Countertop Epoxy today. So I'm going to go ahead and get the product out of the bucket or container, whatever you want to call it. Hello, Laura. Thank you for sharing. I'll go ahead and get everything out of the bucket. We did mix part A and B resin and hardener. It's a 1-to-1 ratio with our Black Label epoxy. We mixed that for roughly 3 minutes, and then we added our white liquid pigment and mixed again for another 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just spread this with a foam roller.
Linda Culver says hello from Ohio.
Hi, Linda. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are all having an awesome Tuesday. We are trying to get some lives going on our workshop out in North Carolina that's happening right now. Hopefully we'll get to go to live here within the next couple days there. See what we can do. I'm just trying to spread out our product here. Have it evenly distributed. How's everyone doing today? All at work? Are you off work? And hello, YouTube.
Laura says Minnesota got too much snow.
Ah, snow. I'm excited for spring.
Pat's a hopeful says doing great, thanks. And Linda says good. How about yourself?
Linda, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of roll out the edges here. That's going to break the surface tension. So when we roll up to our edge, the epoxy will nicely cascade off our edge. Hello, Carrie. On YouTube. What was your question?
Oh, what's the product? Sorry, I just read that.
This product that I'm using today is our Countertop Epoxy product. It's our FX Black Label epoxy, which was created to be a healthier resin. We took out a couple ingredients, so a lot of people who do have allergies to epoxy can use this product. One of my favorites. You actually have a little bit of a longer working time with this product as well. And it is a bit more durable. Or I should say, it's a little bit harder when it cures.
And what are you pouring on again?
We are pouring on just a door, like a door frame you could buy from a home improvement store, Home Depot. Just I wanted something that mimicked a countertop a little bit more.
We added a new class.
We did add a new epoxy class. We are currently doing our epoxy world tour. The new class was added in Florida, and that's actually going to be in August of this year. You can click the link in our bio, and that'll take you directly to all of our scheduled dates. And you can also request a city near you if you think it's a good spot for people to travel in and out of. And you're wanting to learn more about our products and or how you can run a small business, or just add it, have another tool in your toolbox to your company. So just info@countertopepoxy.com. If you know of an area, we can look into it for you.
Carrie Hicks on YouTube.
Yes, that's who I told Ty a second ago when you thought someone was in the room.
Oh, I was Karen, and that's why I was so confused. Okay. Let's see. That's a hopeful Heglet is asking, what kind of epoxy coating can you use to cover a poster?
What kind of epoxy do you want to use for a poster that's hanging outside? You know, with that, there isn't an epoxy. You could use what we're using here, our FX Black Label, but you said outside, we never want to pour clear or light colors for outdoors just because there is no UV-proof epoxy on the market. When that does become a thing, believe me, we'll be one of the first ones to offer that, but it just doesn't exist. So to avoid yellowing, I would definitely not recommend doing a clear coat on a poster for outdoors. Indoors, you could use our Black Label epoxy all day.
Linda Culver says, I wanted to do mine and I'm scared.
Oh, don't be scared. It's really easy. And if you continue watching, I will show you just how easy it is to get a very, very simple white marble look. A few people were requesting how to just do a very simple, basic white marble look. And someone on YouTube is asking when we'll be doing lives on YouTube. We'll try to go live every business day, typically with Levi, our CEO. He is, however, doing a workshop right now, so we will be filling in while he's gone. And whenever we get a chance to go live, we will go live. We try to go every weekday. We don't have a set time, so make sure you turn your notifications on for our lives, and that way you're notified.
I've been in here. I don't think my comments are going through.
Oh, crap. Awesome. Welcome, Dropping Bomb. Cool. I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and just cross roll that just to make sure that we have an evenly distributed epoxy surface here.
Susan Swan on YouTube is asking, love all your work. Have you done any in Las Vegas?
Yes, we actually have done a previous workshop in Las Vegas. Who knows, we might come back. As of right now, we don't have anything scheduled. What we typically look for when scheduling a workshop is if there's a workspace that's large enough to handle a class that's up to, roughly 50 people. If it's convenient for people to travel in and out of. So here in Grand Junction, it's kind of convenient. We do have an airport here. So a lot of people come right into Grand Junction or Montrose, so really nearby. But often you'll run into towns who don't really have like an airport within the town. So we like to look into all that. If you're aware of an area, please email us at info@countertopepoxy.com. We'll be more than happy to look into it for you.
Let's see. Joe Molimo says, wow, what's going on here?
Joe, we are doing a simple white marble look with our countertop epoxy. All right, everyone, I do have our silver metallic powder. I'm going to go ahead and just drizzle this. We're going to just drizzle all over. Kaya just hit YouTube. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, I got to fix something.
I like to use silver because it's just very subtle. Subtle color here. Let me go ahead and got some epoxy on my hands. Make sure.
Laura was talking about bombs, so they smell a whiff of glitter and something else.
A whiff of glitter? We won't be using glitter. Well, you know what? A little bit of shimmer gold. Yes. A little bit of shimmer gold.
And the Jumping Bomb is asking, how does the epoxy react to fire? Does it make a hotter fire for first responders?
How does epoxy mix with fire?
React
React to fire. You know, that's a good question. I don't really know if it makes it hotter for firefighters.
Sometimes it burns at some point, but
Yeah. Sorry, I'm expecting someone at the office. It looks like they are on their way. So if I have to step out briefly, Kaya will take over. Oh, well, you can just like get close-ups and stuff.
let's see. Linda Culver's asking, what do you use to clean your hands?
To clean my hands, I just use 99% isopropyl alcohol. It's really nice at just getting that right off. I'm going to go ahead and just use the roller. We're going to go off. We're going to roll from one direction all the way on and all the way off. Now this sample did have a previous pour on the front end, so I did have somewhat of a little bit of a lip. So it's really holding that epoxy there nicely. Yeah, the silver is really subtle. I kind of just want that like simple, a little bit of a dirty marble look. Silver is perfect for that.
Okay, so Rita Nimchanov, I hope I said that right, on YouTube said, I'm so excited. I'm in bed. I sent a few messages bugging you. Watching you live is wonderful. You're also awesome. I guess I should ask. I was told that some resin are UV.
Yeah, our so resin is UV protectant. You can add UV inhibitors, which our epoxy does have, but it's not UV proof. So if you have something that's going to be outdoors and it's clear or white, it's not UV proof. So that what that just means is that over time it can potentially yellow.
RC on YouTube said, love the white, walnut yellow.
Not if it's in indoors. You'll be good.
And then Carrie is asking, does your black label indoor resin so it's non-yellowing completely? And then Rita says, when I get my resin keepsakes done, they will be clear with her flower, and the funeral is hoping to stay clear.
Yeah, you should be fine as long as you just don't have it outdoors.
And it does also depend on the product.
Yes.
So if you're not using our product.
True. Yep. Good point. If it's not our product, it could be different. Make sure you're checking, reading instructions, and talking to the product company that you're using. So look at how subtle that is. Like this is a very simple look. And you can play with the way you're rolling. If you wanted to make some little swivels, you can like use the head of your roller and kind of get in there and create some designs. I don't want to. Just if this is your first time and you're a little nervous, this is a very easy way to do a simple white marble. If you're still a little nervous, you can always mix up a little bit of the product and have something that's lying around, maybe like a little piece of wood or something, and practice on that and kind of get the hang of how the product is. That'll be helpful as well. I'm going to actually go in with a torch right now, just because our last part of this is going to be with alcohol on the design, and I want to make sure I kind of get all those air bubbles right now. Let me go grab a torch. I will be right back. Found one. Okay. It's hiding. I know. All right, so you kind of want to be direct and quick with the flame here. All the torch is going to do is really grab those micro bubbles, and then you're really going to be able to see the design that we have here, because it's going to help self-level that product. You're going to get a very nice, smooth surface. Glitter.
I'm in Canada wishing you were here.
Ah, yeah. We like to use a torch just because it is easier to maneuver and get into crevices, and you don't have to worry about it cooling off, and you're not worried about a cord getting in the way. So that's why we like a torch. Heat gun. Oh, and it's less disruptive. A heat gun will move your design around. You have to worry about a cord, and then it takes time to cool down. So, all right, I'm gonna go back the other direction now.
We have hi from Ria, hi from France.
Hello, everyone.
Many resins that are non-yellowing still yellow indoors.
Not to worry. With our indoor epoxy, you won't have to worry about that. We have all of our countertops here at our office in white marble. We just poured one the other day. One thing I do want to point out is a lot of times we do see people who might run into an issue with yellowing, and it could be because of the torch. We have a lot of people who get torch happy, and you could potentially burn the white. So a lot of times that's mistaken for yellowing, but it's really easy to identify.
Laura, are you watching from both accounts? Laura, she's on YouTube now, commenting back at people. Like, wait a minute. Grandma says they no sugar and gold, and got all excited just to be let down.
For what?
No sugar and gold, and I got all excited just to be let down.
No, yeah, we are going to do shimmer gold still. It's still happening. I just wanted to try and get these micro bubbles taken care of now. And then if you don't mind, 1 second here, I just have to take care of something. So Kaya can do some talking.
Yep, I'm going to dump all over this thing.
Step out for 1 second. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you disconnected the thing. Oh, it's fine. All right, guys, it's Kaya here. We were waiting all day for someone to drop something off for Michael, and of course, as soon as we go live, they come. So let's see. We have a comment here over on TikTok. What type of epoxy are you using where you don't need to wear a mask? We are using our Countertop Epoxy. It is our own custom brand. It is zero VOC, so toxin free, and there are no fumes to it. It's completely pet safe, food safe, child safe. So it's a super great product just to be putting on your countertops and all around the house. Laura, I know. If Michael wouldn't get mad at me, I would totally just be like bombarding the whole thing with glitter. But he really wants to keep like a professional one today, so I guess we won't dump a bunch of glitter on it. We'll let him do a little bit. What is that? Justine Williams. I've never seen this happen before. Yeah, resin is a very unique kind of thing. I honestly hadn't really heard much about epoxy resin until I began working here, and then I was kind of thrown into it. And yeah, it's crazy all the things you can do with it. You can do like casting, you can do floors, you can do walls, you can do outside. We've even done like the inside of pools before. So a lot of different options with it. Laura, I know. I would love to throw glitter on it. If it was my project, you know I'd be all over it. Is it necessary to do a second flood coat if you're going to use a top coat for protection? Says RC over on YouTube. Not necessarily, especially if you're going to kind of take care of it later. Or sorry, especially if you're going to use the top coat for protection. As long as it's like the design you look, and just make sure you're prepping the surface really well before you pour. That's going to overall like ensure that you have a good bond. About time you came back. I almost threw glitter all over this thing.
Oh gosh.
You know how to hook it? Just
No, I don't.
slide it in there.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
All right, Michael's back.
I'm back. All right, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of shimmer gold. This is just our shimmer gold mixed with 99% isopropyl alcohol. And I don't want it to be too saturated, so I'm just going to give it a nice one shake. Yep, test it. Oh, did it go poof? Did it go poof?
Did it poo? Did it poo?
What's up, jackass?
Oh.
With the baby powder? Oh, okay.
Let's see. What happens with the dripping edges?
We will scrape that, the dripping edges. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mist this all over. This is gonna help create some scaling, and we're also, I know this is a weird, add a little bit more.
I love that Laura's on both channels.
Laura's on both channels. Yeah. Thank you, Laura. You're awesome.
Just monitoring questions on both. Jeanette says, hey, y'all.
Hello, Jeanette. Welcome.
Oh, Jeanette says I'm not getting any notifications.
Oh.
SOB.
Yep. Sorry about that. Jeanette said she's not getting notifications.
Did anyone else get notifications for our live today?
Remember that's happened before. Flashbacks. All right. Now we have our silver metallic powder mixed with 99% isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to do the same thing here. I don't want it to be too saturated. Here, there's very light shimmer gold on here. If this was in a kitchen with the sun like hitting it at a certain angle, you would see it glisten.
Eddie J is asking me, is it supposed to be lumpy?
It looks a little lumpy because that's the alcohol sitting right on top, and it's going to evaporate. Once it's cured, you won't have to worry about any of that. Now the cool thing is, you can kind of see here how it's giving it a little bit of a, you're not just having a blank white space, it's dirtying it up a little, something similar to more of a natural stone look. That's what I like. And we're going for a very simple, light look here. So.
Art by Gina is asking where we are located at.
Where are we located? We are located in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Open a pail. Oh, it looks like Laura's got this. Okay. If you open a pail, how long can you use it? Can you open and close it, or will it dry out once you open? As in, spackle would harden after not long.
No, the only reason epoxy would harden is if you mix the A and B together and then you let it sit, it's going to cure. If you keep them separated, you don't have to worry about anything hardening. Our products all have a year shelf life. Make sure you keep it in a cool, dark area. It'll be good. So see how it's kind of just darkening it up a little here. I didn't want to be too crazy.
Art by Gina is saying, ugh, I'm in California. Do we have any classes in California?
Do we have any workshop classes in California? As of right now, we're looking into a couple locations in California, so keep an eye out. We are actively adding more areas to our workshop tour. California is definitely on the list. New Mexico's on the list. Arizona, Alaska, South Africa, Italy. I think that's all. Oh, Texas, of course, Texas.
Sweet Down is asking, can you do my countertop?
I could do your countertop. Give us a call.
Yeah.
No, I don't really do countertops, guys. I'm typically behind the camera, but if you take a look here, Kaya, you can kind of show them what the shimmer gold and the silver did here. And to finish off, I'm going to go in with just clear 99% isopropyl alcohol. And I'm going to kind of spray it a little chunky to kind of create some bigger sails. And I'm going to do that in the same direction that we have our lines going here. So typically, if you just spray a little bit slower, you're going to get more of a chunkier droplet effect. I think there should be more gold, but this is supposed to be a very simple, subtle white marble. Tomorrow we could do something crazy. A lot of people in the comments we've been seeing want to see like a simple marble look. That's what we'll show you today. We often show you the crazy side of epoxy, so I think it's nice to kind of see a more subtle design.
Jeanette says Michael does really good countertops.
Thanks, Jeanette.
Laura says, yes, he does. That's pretty workshops in Ohio? Question mark.
No workshops planned in Ohio as of yet. But please email us if you think there's a workspace that could hold a class and it's accessible to the public, meaning there's an airport nearby, international airport. We do often get people traveling out of the country. What do we think?
Need more glitter.
No glitter. I'm holding firm because you guys, we always go crazy. And then you don't have an example of something fun and simple.
Not fun. It's only simple. Jeanette says, you know what? We have an airport.
Awesome. Jeanette?
Jeanette, where are you at again? Do you remember?
Yeah, she's in Texas. I don't know
Okay.
specifically. I think I've sent you some stuff before. So all right, I think I like this marble design. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as is. You're still seeing those divots here, so I know that there's alcohol, and I just sprayed a bunch of alcohol in there. So I'm not even gonna attempt to to torch right now. One way you can test it is just by simply blowing on it, and you can kind of see the sparkles of the alcohol. See it right here if you can get a close up of that. Can you see it?
No.
Oh, there is alcohol there.
Oh, Jeanette is in the north of Dallas.
North of
Jeanette
Dallas.
says, yes, y'all have my location. Rita over on YouTube said, I've never resined yet. I was hoping to start a beautiful keepsake, but I picked out my mom's flowers for a funeral, but I couldn't afford it. I thought I would try it myself. I was crafty before.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
you can get real creative with epoxy. If you're already
yeah.
crafty, we have a local painter who uses our non-sag epoxy for artwork. It's just crazy the things you can do.
Can you add color into the alcohol?
You can add color to the alcohol. We use our metallic powders to color the alcohol. You don't need a lot. If you want something more subtle, you know, you could do maybe 5 to 10 grams, and that's going to give you a light color like this. You could do 25 grams to give you a more saturated look. You can mix and match, layer. It's endless. Okay, I think we're safe. We are in a workshop here, so if there happens to be a fire, it won't be the first time. Levi catches everything on fire. So I'm just doing this to kind of really lay down our design. Sorry, I'm doing this to kind of lay down our design and kind of show you guys what the final result will look like. we are doing a simple white marble epoxy sample for y'all with our FX Black Label Countertop Epoxy.
I guess it works.
Instead of your what? Mutts? Oh, yeah. We want to see some of your work.
How does our epoxy do other kinds of yellow?
Our epoxy is when mixed properly and heated properly and poured properly, you don't have to worry about any yellowing indoors.
Is this
This is a custom kit. Our white marble kit comes with charcoal metallic powder. So instead of the charcoal, I swapped it out for silver because I like silver better. So we have a create your own kit on our website. So you could just pick and choose whatever colors you want. I like this now. Of course, this is still curing and self-leveling. So by tomorrow, it's going to look a little bit different. I'm going to keep it as is, and we'll probably watch those I'm sorry, not the drips, the bubbles, and I could probably make one more pass with that torch, and it'll be good to go. I just want to quickly show you guys how to get those drips. Let me just grab a putty knife. So typically with the drips, we will scrape them immediately after our pour. I like to use a putty knife. And then you kind of just watch it, and if the drips slow down or when they stop moving altogether, you can come back and scrape, and then by that point you should be good. Typically, let me just show you here, Kaya. We go at like an angle and just kind of scrape that right off. And everyone on YouTube, we will get this TikTok live over to you guys. You can see what we're doing.
7, 3, 2, 1?
Thank you.
I subbed.
Thanks for the subscription.
Thank you. All right. How long does this take to dry?
So this will cure overnight and be ready to go by tomorrow. Another cool thing is I could have still played around with the design here if I wanted to blur it a little more. If this is still a little too intense for you, you could blur it with the alcohol. It'll kind of eventually just blur it out. You can use your drips that we have here that are more white. You can come back on top. You can layer. You can do veins. There's tons of things you can do. What I think we might do is sand half of this sample board so you can kind of see what it looks like to have a satin finish versus the gloss finish. I like the satin finish because to me it just looks like more of a natural stone. You're going to get a more muted look and it's going to be more subtle. So we'll do that maybe, and just you guys can decide what you like more.
You doing that tomorrow or?
At some point this week. But yeah, that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed a simple white marble design. If you didn't want this much silver, you could have went a little bit lighter on the silver when you were dumping it out. I kind of wanted you guys to see something a little contrasty, but yeah, awesome.
Glitter on it tomorrow.
Kai's putting glitter on it tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah. Sorry, guys. Bear with me.
That's a yes. Well, capitals. So I want glitter right now, and I agree.
There's the edges. We can't wait until YouTube gets a better stabilization so we can do a little bit more. Yeah, we could do a little bit more handheld stuff for y'all. So you can kind of see what the shimmer gold and silver selling. Yeah, pretty cool. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm Michael with countertopepoxy.com.
And I'm Kaya.
And this is Kaya. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.